Cocktail characters, cocktail characters coming to you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do for Pilates now that Ebony's gone? I feel bad I didn't get to say goodbye to her. Ebony, if you're listening to this, I love you and I'm sorry you're gone. And I wish I could have come back to Pilates, but it just wasn't in my life at the moment.
Yeah. I feel she became like a really good friend.
Yeah,
so what am I gonna do for Pilates? So I ended up buying some at-home equipment stuff. She offered me actually to buy one of her reformer machines.
Did she? Where the heck would you put it here?
I was like, well, I just cut my house in half, so there was nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
And they're super expensive. And I just was like, if I put that in the basement, I just know I'm not going to use it. So I just was like, no, I'm just going to figure out. So she said once she gets there and gets settled, she's going to do some like online training where we could Zoom each other, which that'd be kind of fun. So I'm going to do that. But so far, knock on wood, I've been pretty disciplined to every day do something. So since I trained with her 2 times a week for a year and a half, I have like the routine kind of memorized of like warm up and stuff. So, or even just like random things she'd have me do not on the reformer. So I've just been doing that. And then I've been trying to actually lift more weights. That's kind of my newest goal. Yeah. So, and I started taking creatine.
I've been reading more. They're supposed to like take a lot of it.
Yes. It's crazy. And I've been taking, so you had sent me a podcast about protein, which was funny. The product that they talked about in that, my chiropractor 6 months ago they were like, you should try this protein. It's an amino. It's like it's not like protein powder, but it's like an amino acid. So it's like the building blocks of protein. And so you don't break your fast when you take it. But I just went back. They have capsule forms of it because I didn't like the taste of it. And so I just take 5 capsules in the morning on an empty stomach. And normally taking anything on an empty stomach doesn't feel good, but this is a protein but it doesn't break your fast. I don't know how to explain what's happening, but
there's a difference in like quality. Like,
yes, it's not a whey protein. It's like almost 0 calories. It's literally just like the aminos of a protein.
Wild.
So it's like the building blocks.
How long have you been taking that?
I just got the capsules this last week because I was waiting on I had powder and I was trying to run out of it. So yeah, so I've been lifting more just at home.
I want to talk to you more about that as you continue on taking that. Because
I can tell that I'm building muscle.
Already.
My massage therapist was like, I can tell that your legs are building muscle.
Ooh,
like, oh,
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting myself worked back up to working out. I was going through pictures for our anniversary party, and it's our 25th.
I'm so excited.
In February.
I know. Congrats. That's amazing.
It's so amazing.
25 years.
I think about it every day. That like this past like month, I've been thinking about it literally every day. The fact that we're still married. 25 years. That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
And Jordan and I always joke. I think I've said this on here before. We don't joke. It's actually very serious that we've had 3 marriages within that 25 years, just because there's such huge markers of things that happen and change your life. And we're going to have a couple more by the end of this.
It's amazing.
And I just love being married to him so much. He's such a good person and I love him. And we have such a good time together. And I don't know, it's just the right amount of closeness to where we're not in each other's business all the time. And anyway, I've been thinking about it like literally every day of February because we were married in February. And
your guys' relationship is really special.
It is special. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah. I actually love that you explain it that way because I think I feel like that's probably true for a lot of people, but that's a really simple way to put it of like these very distinct amount of times that like growth happened or something changed and then the relationship had to like change with it.
Yeah.
And 25 years.
Yeah, super special. So we've been going through pictures for a friend. She's making a slideshow or collage or something. And some of them are sentimental. Some of them bring back bad memories. Some of them bring back good memories. And it's just really fun. And I don't remember where I was going with this, but it's been very nostalgic.
Yeah. Very
good in a lot of fun ways. But speaking of big mile markers and shifting your marriage, kids. When you bring kids in,
that'll shift your marriage.
That's a whole new marriage right there. That's that's our latest marriage that we're in. One's involves
do you feel like that was the third?
Yeah, we're in our third right now.
Portion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was kind of started when you got the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a bit of a warm up after my sister died, because you could tell there was shifting happening just because of that loss was such a big momentous moment.
Anything traumatic that's going to shift relationships.
But it didn't affect our lives directly until we had the kids a lot.
Like day to day.
Yeah, we had them. Well, I mean, even after she died and their dad was having struggles or whatever he was up to.
Yeah.
He'd be gone a lot and things like that. So we had them a lot through that time. And we had them weekly, multiple times a week.
So you were already kind of in the groove of what
it didn't
like at your house.
But it didn't affect, it wasn't a full.
It wasn't your responsibility.
Yeah. So until we got them. But yeah, that's having kids, right? That's a new phase, a new.
Yeah. You become a different person when you have kids.
100%. And as you should.
You need to. It's good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You really have to change.
We recently had talked about parenting kids in non-traditional
settings.
So I thought it would be fun to continue that.
I love the conversation because number one, it's just our day-to-day life.
It's real life.
Well, last time I feel like we talked about really setting up the story of how we got there and what happened and all those things. But I don't feel like we really talked much about, and this is something that we had talked about and questions that come up about what questions our kids have, or like if there's been questions that have maybe caught you off guard with your kids or things interacting with your kids specifically. So not just about the overall situation, but have there been things that they've brought up over the years that have been like, oh, okay, this is either a hard question to answer or it caught you off guard? Or
I feel like one thing that's interesting is when you don't have kids, especially for a really long time, or don't think you're going to have kids, and you have a lot of opinions about how other people are doing things. You don't necessarily voice those.
Sure.
Good or bad, whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I always joked that I was like, when it comes to having the birds and the bees talk, I have no problem with it. I'm that kind of girl. Like, I'll talk to anybody about anything. And then one of my really good friends back 20 years ago when she had her daughter, she's like, I can't wait for I'm so glad you're going to do the birds and bees talk with my daughter because I don't want to do it. And I'm like, you got it.
That's amazing.
Aunt Ray Ray's coming and I got this.
She's on it.
And of course I didn't have to, but it was a big joke that thank goodness you're here because I don't have to. And I'm like, and then it came my time to do that. And I'm just like, and I don't mind, but it was really hard to figure out how to sprinkle that in. It happened pretty naturally, certain pieces of it. But I mean, they'll ask questions, but you're like, I don't think you're ready for the real answer. So let me come up with one that's not a lie.
Right.
But it's not a full-on truth.
You can't handle the truth. What's that from? You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Few good men. Right?
Yes. Good job. Yeah. That's probably
what about you? I mean, that's an obvious one. That's kind of an interesting conversation.
I feel like there's been times, and it doesn't catch me off guard anymore, but my kids are so little, they ask things so innocently.
Yeah.
That, but like they'll say, I'm trying to remember, they used to be like, can't you guys just like, can't you just move back in together? Can't you just, or like, maybe you'll just marry daddy again, or things like that it's like, it kind of breaks your heart a little bit. And also you're like, it's absolutely not happening.
But how do I,
and that's your other favorite person in the world. That is the hard, I think for me in a divorce situation, that really is the most challenging part is my children, who are my favorite people in the world, who I love. I would die for them. They love me so intensely. And the other person they love the most in the whole world is someone that
you guys can't be together.
We
like you
chose to not be married anymore.
Right. And in turn, most often that with most divorce situations, you can't really be a friend either. So where you can have times to be together, would they get to have you guys in the same room at the same time on a regular basis? It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I feel like I feel thankful. I do feel like we co-parent pretty well together. I mean, it's not perfect. Obviously, I don't think any situation is. I do think that we are, like, we've had joint birthday parties.
Oh, good. Okay.
There's been times where early on I'd say you're welcome to come over and watch the kids open presents because they're still in Santa Claus phase at that time. So like just little like little things that like, this is fleeting and passing and this isn't going to last forever. Yeah. And it's hard. It's not fun, especially in the beginning when, I mean, we're 4 years in now, and I feel like emotionally just like, you know, people processing through divorce, like those get calmed down, but it's definitely, it gets easier to, like, he's remarried now. And I think that helps actually. And that has actually helped questions with my kids being like, well, we can't get married again because your dad's already married. You know what I mean? So
we won't be asking that again. Thank God.
But they will be like, can't you guys just like be neighbors so we can just run back forth the houses? And, you know, though
that sounds ideal, but
it sounds ideal. And it's also like, I'm never going to say to my kids like, oh, I don't think either of us want that. I don't think your dad wants me to be his neighbor, and I don't want him to be mine.
How would you
not
answer?
Because I don't like him.
Sure. It's just not.
I feel like you're always trying to not lie and celebrate their father to them so that they have a good view of him.
100%.
And also you have your own life and experiences that you live with that person that are hard.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's just, and I know it has to be the same on the other side, right? Yeah. Like, I'm not just saying like, he has to be thinking like, oh gosh, okay, I know they love their mom.
Question again.
Yes. So I want to speak well of her. I want to always encourage them to have the best relationship they can with him. And also this is, I don't know.
Managing that sounds like it would be really tricky, but I think it's really, important. It sounds like this is what, and I'm knowing you, it feels like when it's healthy in the way of you're looking at I have to celebrate this other person, even though we have our own, you know, emotional baggage from our situation. I still have to make sure that I never place him in a light that's negative to those children, because that's none of their business. I mean,
it's not their burden to bear.
It's not theirs. No. And it's no reason to do that. And a lot of parents fail on that.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm sure we have at points.
Sure.
But
you're conscious of it.
Yes.
And you make a very huge effort.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that is so, and I feel like that is, if that's your norm, that's so great, because there's no reason to blemish that.
Right. Why?
Because of your own situation.
Here's the other thing too, along that vein. So my parents married, they're still married, great marriage. When we would get frustrated at one parent growing up, they would never commiserate with you. Like, they are on one page. I'm super thankful that I saw that growing up, because I think it created like, okay, parents don't shit on each other, essentially, even in healthy marriages. And so now that I'm divorced, sometimes it would be easy to commiserate on things, right? Like, because my kids are getting older now and they have frustrations, as they probably do with me to their dad. And I hope that we are safe people, that they can talk to their dad about that or talk to me about that, and being like, I hear you. And I'm not, my parents would be like, we are one, you know, I'm not one with your father anymore.
Right.
But that's your father, and you're going to respect him, and I can hear you, and here's how we can maybe handle these situations, or what you need to talk to him. That's
what I was going to ask you to encourage them to go talk to him about.
Absolutely.
It. Yeah, you hear him, and you maybe make them feel like that's very valid. Your feelings are valid. Have you talked to him about it? Yeah.
Here's some good questions to ask Daddy about. Like, have you say these things, you know, because Daddy loves you. He wants to be a good dad.
It can be it's a tight rope. And even being married, and it's a tight rope for us too, because of our situation.
Sure.
In that, because sometimes there's things that Jordan or I have done that we don't agree with each other on, but we have to stay united. Yes. And then I'm sure the kids can read my face sometimes when, like, because Jordan and Evie can get really jokey, and it gets, for me personally, it crosses a line. Yeah. And I don't. I'm like
jokey, like against people in the house,
against each other.
Gotcha.
Like kind of like burning each other, and I just don't like that. I don't play like that anyways. They know I don't play like that. The kids do, but they'll do it with each other, and then they both go. I think they go too far, and then she'll act. He'll be like, "Oh, you're fine. You know, I'm kidding," and then she'll come to me like all upset about it.
Because it actually did.
Yeah, because it did actually bother her. But then so one of the times I finally was like, "That's it. We're talking about this, all of us, right now." Yeah. And this has got to stop. I don't like you guys talking like that anyways. And you take it too far. And, but then I overheard her starting it one day. And I was like,
she started it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I kind of was like having a hard time keeping a united front about it because I already had my own feelings on it.
You had drawn your own conclusion.
Yeah. And I'm sure he does it too. But I was just like, okay, honey, like now I have a different way of viewing it. But it's just interesting because for the most part, it's really easy to have a united front, but we have to talk constantly because those kids.
Yeah.
Oh, they get you. They'll get you. They work at it. They work it.
So here's one thing. When living together, I feel like you'd have to be like, if everyone brings it all up together. So in my situation, if something is brought up, I can say, I need to talk to your dad about that. And there's a very easy stop button to it. And then I can go have a conversation and bring it back up. But if you're all together, are there times where you're just like one of you starts to talk and solve the pot and you're like, no, we got to talk about that first.
We'll do that. We'll do that sometimes.
For me, it's an easier stop button.
Yeah,
I feel like where for you, you're like, we're all here.
We're all here. Let's just put it all out there. And we've done that. And we've also been like, Jordan or I will be like, we need to have more of a conversation about this.
Yeah.
Because, and then we'll come back and talk more about it. But, maybe right now we'll take some information in from you guys before he and I go talk. But we talk. I think it helps a lot that we both have jobs that we can tap in a lot during the day. Sure. And I'll send him a Marco Polo. Yeah. Or we'll have a phone call. He's available. We're both available to do that. So if something comes up, I can have it's easy to connect and be like, hey, this came up today. I want you to be thinking about it on your way home today or whatever, if you don't mind. Yeah. So, starting to go through this so we can have a conversation with this child when you get home. Yeah. So we'll do that a lot. But yeah, it is one thing I'm so thankful to have that because I see when parents don't, you can see the damage it does to the marriage.
Oh gosh.
And to the child,
Yes.
So that part is very
I feel like that's good that you say that. It can damage the marriage if you're married, or it's going to damage the child if either one, it could damage the child. But like if you're not married, obviously you're not worried about damaging a marriage anymore, but it really can damage your child, just like giving them a really negative view of a parent, which also, my Amaya's adopted, so sharing genes isn't necessarily a thing, but like my other two, like celebrating qualities in them that come from their dad and being like, and not being negative about the qualities that come from their dad, right?
Well, we have to be careful about that too with our kids.
Yeah.
Because, there were some negative qualities
sure.
that they display that it's like, oh my God, that's just like their
and
mom.
You can
just
see it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But making sure we celebrate the good ones too. Yes. And that's something that we had to really work hard at doing because especially with their dad who took his own life, and not that is a serious situation. And we are very cognizant of that there was things that led up to that. There's always going to be a little, not necessarily from us, but from the kids too, some resentment that he did that.
Sure.
And so that's stuff we've had to work through. But there's a few things that it's really hard whenever you see them displaying a negative quality that is, and to not be like, oh my God, that reminds me of your dad. And then it's like, ooh, we need to put a couple positives in there too.
Right.
Because
it's easier to say that about the,
and we had to be really careful because we don't want them to think that we're dogging their parents to them,
right.
But they weren't perfect. People,
yes.
But when people die, they get put on a pedestal immediately. Sure. But then we're having to deal with like the after effects,
real life.
Of them being nature nurture situation.
Yes.
The nature's there, even though they've been deceased for so long,
and half the nurture
for him anyways.
Let me ask you this: has it ever been like, well, you're not my mom or dad? Has that come up?
I was just thinking about that while you were talking about you and your kids in the divorce. Yes, it did. And I had to we had to tell them, we are not your mom and dad, but we are your parents and guardians. So legally we have to, so if you want to call us guardians, call us guardians. We're also your aunt and uncle. But if I said, but the actual definition of parent is da 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 da, and it's not mom and dad. Yeah. It is more,
it's broader than
mom
that. And dad.
If you look at, and I actually pulled up the definition.
Like child rearing.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what basically the definition was?
Yeah. Adult that raises a child.
Yeah.
And it could be done by anybody. You're a parent when you do the activity of parenting.
Yeah.
Not when we know a lot of moms and dads that have children that aren't parents.
Yes. 100%.
And there's a lot of people that aren't mom and dad that are the parent.
Yes.
So we had to make that very clear.
Yeah.
Because there was pushback on that you're not my mom, you're not my dad. Or I wish my dad was here because he wouldn't make me do this, or they would let me do this. And
that would be hard.
That's
too,
fun.
There's memories, but then they're tweaked. They're colored. Yeah.
And they would, but it was also a really bad decision. And so we'd have to do that. We're like, I understand. And if he was here, you might be able to do it, or you might not, because he might see what we're seeing.
He might have corrected that in his parenting.
Exactly.
Because we're all correcting things.
Yes. And he might see how negative it is of a situation that you don't need.
Right.
You don't need to be allowed to do that thing anymore, or whatever. There's been a lot of that.
Yes.
So Evelyn's never really said anything like that, because she's been with us since she's 4.
Yeah.
But as she's gotten older, she'll jokingly say it, and it kind of hurts a little bit.
How does it make you feel when they say, do they anymore?
Not really, but you can see when we're getting very intense with a situation that eyes glaze over, and you can tell they're probably thinking, this is so stupid. If I didn't live here, if the things were different.
Does that still like trigger emotions in you in any way of like, I don't know.
It not really, because in my head I'm like, if things were different, I wouldn't have to have this conversation with you.
Right.
So we kind of both, we are in those situations. We all may have moments of feeling the same in a way. And for me, it makes me, I end up getting kind of frustrated with the situation, because it was really fun being an aunt to these children, and Jordan was a really good uncle to these children. And now we don't get to be that anymore. And I've actually said that to the kids. I've actually been like, I know we're your aunt and uncle, but unfortunately I have the job of a mom now, and I don't get to be your aunt. So I don't get to be just a fun friend.
Yeah.
And I do mostly the boring stuff, and that's what moms have to do, a lot of boring stuff. So because of that, that's the relationship we have to have. Of course, that involves lots of love and
100%.
nurturing
but it's different.
And friends.
It's not just fun.
No,
it's not just like you swoop in, have fun,
have a good time, get a gift, spend the night, or spend the weekend, spend the night, go on a quick vacation with us. We'll drag you along and bring you back and drop you off and say, hey, bye kids, it was fun. See you later. Yeah, it's just different. And so anyway, we've had a lot of conversations through the years, very sporadically, and they've only ever pushed back on the "you're not my mom and dad" stuff. It's not been very much, and that I hope that's a good sign that the acceptance was there, and that they felt safe to not feel that way or voice it all the time, or
maybe
use
just
it as
understand,
use it as a weapon is kind of what it feels like when that happens.
Yeah. So that they understand that just the differences of that and what that is. Yeah, there has to just be layers of grief of that, of just like, nobody asked for this change in dynamic. Nobody asked for this, and we're all here. Yeah, and you guys absolutely make the best of it. I mean, you guys I
feel like we could do beautiful things. There's things that we could do better, but I mean, at the same time, you do the best you can.
You guys have a beautiful family.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you do beautiful things together. You have really beautiful rhythms and just cool things that you've made something that nobody asked for, right. And I feel like you. And it's the best situation.
Job. I mean, it was the right move, and that's one thing we always go back to when things are hard. Is like, this is the best place for them. This is the most stable they could have probably had, and we were the closest to them.
Did you ever question that?
Never.
No, not ever. You've never questioned there's nowhere else for them to go.
No, and there's other people that love them very much, but it was the best situation for. That's my brother cool. could have done it, and his wife, but they were younger, and I don't think that it's been hard enough for Jordan and I to do it. I think it would have been hard for them. Yeah, and they're very creatures of habit. Both my sister and my brother are with their spouses. And they have things a certain way. Jordan and I are more well, that's just our personality. It does. Well, because we're not so all tensed up because things aren't going the way I planned. Yeah. And because you can't really, people do, and some parents are more that. Yeah. More, but
that's incredible. You've never questioned it, and
no,
has probably been in hard times been but we never questioned there's no. This is the choice. This is what we would always choose to do.
Yeah, I would choose the things.
And that probably gives the kids, I would think, that
hope
stability
so.
too of like, they never would have chose different, you know?
Yeah. And we had some hard times and there was words being thrown out and feelings being expressed. We were like, you know what? If you don't want to live here, you can go to one of your grandparents' house. We have to just go to the court, sign you over, and you can go move to their house.
Right.
If you don't like it here. And they're just like, oh, no, never mind. No, thanks.
Yeah.
And I mean, because those things were
That's
said.
real.
That's real.
That's real life happening.
Yeah. And for us, it's like, we're not going to be like, no, please. It's not. But at the same time, it's like, I want you here. We want you here.
Yeah.
But we also have rules and you
Right.
don't get to take advantage of you try to push us around. You don't get to make the rules.
Right.
And there's consequences. That's usually when it comes out, right?
Yeah.
When a kid doesn't get what they want.
Yeah.
This
How
is
they
when that
want it to
happens.
go.
Yeah. It's like,
But that's
normal.
That's parenting, whether you're the mom and the dad or you're the whatever it is. Like,
They just have
this
a
is
little
what this is.
They just have a little extra ammo for us.
Right.
Like, that you're not
There's
my
an
mom
extra
and dad.
layer.
You're not my mom and dad. And if they were here, they wouldn't be like this. And then I don't want to live here anyway, kind of a thing. And so they have that extra, and it's like, okay. And if we don't like, what? No, wait. If it's like, fine.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna like that better? Think they're gonna community
can
rules?
try it.
Have at it. Me.
Yeah. My kids will sometimes be like, well, we don't have to do that at dad's. I'm like, that is so great for you. When you're here though, this is what it's just going to be like. So I'm sure we have different stuff than at dad's house too. So I'm sorry you have to have different rules. I mean, that would be frustrating.
Hard, yeah.
That would be super hard. And I feel like our houses probably operate pretty similarly.
similar.
We're usually on the same page about stuff, but, I'm just being like, oh, nope, no problem. No skin off my back.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just what we're going to do here. Yeah. So,
Kids.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us today. And we have a really fun cocktail coming
we do.
up. We're doing gin. The next few drinks will be gin. We're excited to share those with you. So enjoy. Strawberry basil smash, bourbon smash. We're going to do strawberries.
How many?
2 strawberries. So 2 sliced strawberries.
So we put in strawberries and basil,
we're
fresh.
And we're going to muddle it up. Oh, yeah. Do you want to muddle?
Oh, give me some more cheese.
Yeah, you want to muddle?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You muddle that. I'm going to get the bourbon going. Today, I'm using Bullet. Ta-da! Because why? That's what I have.
That's huge.
It is so big. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we're going to do...
That's what she said.
We're going to do 2 ounces of bourbon.
These are going to be real
Yeah,
much.
so much. Okay, cool.
Are you sure you want them?
I'm going to love it.
Are you ready for them now?
Loving every minute of it.
Okay.
I am. All right. Oh, you did good.
I did good.
So good. Excuse me.
Oh my God. Do you need an assist?
Probably.
Wow. That was good.
You know what? Just in case. All right, so 2 ounces of bourbon. Okay, so then we're going to do 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Okay, that's a lemon.
That's a lemon.
What's this?
That's simple syrup.
Ooh, it feels warm. Did you just make it?
I just made it today. Oh my God.
Fresh.
You know what? I finally figured it out. So I always make 1 cup of simple syrup every time I make it. And then I don't use it for a lot of stuff and it goes bad. So this time I was like, work smarter, not harder, bro. And I did like 2 cups of simple syrup, but then I separated them into like 3/4 or half cup or 1 cup each, so I can make 3 different simple syrups out of one or 2 recipes. So I instead of doing 1 recipe of simple syrup.
Yes.
Math is hard. I just blew her mind.
You're saying make difference if you made one
Different-
simple syrup.
But I make different flavors.
Oh, so you make your regular,
Yeah.
and then you divided it up, and then you're
Regular
gonna.
simple syrup.
So
Yeah.
when you infuse a simple syrup, you already make this. You don't heat it.
Well, you do. It's heated, and while it's heated, you infuse it with the herbs that you want to put in it.
But you took it out.
But I took and separated 1 recipe into 2 or 3, 3 different,
Nice.
so I could flavor this, and plain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I love it.
So hopefully I won't waste it this time.
That's really cool.
All right, thank you. Great story, bro. All right. Oh, ice.
Ice. We're back. I'm on it. I know what you need.
God, are you even doing anything?
I'm just doing math on simple syrup. I'm still doing it.
Half an ounce of simple syrup. Ever heard of a half ounce of simple syrup? Half ounce. Gonna get into a deep plunge.
Deep one. Stretch and kick. Oh, this is gonna be thick.
Oh my god.
This is with bourbon. Look how pretty she is.
Oh wow.
We did some real good muddling up in there.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my God.
I think you made a puree.
I like that it's chunky.
It's chunky. You know what I'm gonna do?
I like it chunky.
I like it. Wow. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try this.
Oh yeah.
Let's try that. Maybe we'll put some chunks in there. That'll be real good.
I would like a chunk of something.
Me too.
Those are so pretty.
She's pretty.
That would be a great, like, there's not a lot of, I feel like, of like poolside bourbon drinks,
Yeah.
but this would be a good one. Or like a garden party bourbon.
Yes. I want to go ahead and just make these pretty, because why not?
I want to be at a pool
Right now.
right
Take
now.
me there.
That's beautiful.
I wish I had it. If it was a full glass,
Yeah.
it would float better. But
Sure,
you know,
sure.
what do you guys? She pretty.
She's so pretty.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
It's so refreshing.
Oh, it's so good. Like, this is a reminder
Oh.
that bourbon isn't just for wintertime. It can be springy.
Bourbon is for spring. It is for summer. It is for, I mean, it's always for fall and winter, but.
Oh my gosh.
Did you just make bourbon timeless? You just made bourbon. It's always timeless.
It's not seasonal.
It
It
transcends.
transcends
There's
seasons.
no bound. You made bourbon boundaryless.
Boundaryless bourbon.
So good.
So good.
So
It's juicy. It's fruity. It's bourbon.
It's juicy. It's fruity. I wanna have a Lucy.
okay, who's the character that would go with this?
Oh.
Like, who's gonna order something like this?
She's gonna be.
She has a big hat on.
She's gonna have lots of. She's gonna be blonde.
And a wide brim hat is
Wide brim hat. She's going to be flirty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's in a garden dress, but like it's not overly sexy.
Right. I was thinking the same little skin.
Little skin, but not.
She keeps a little mystery.
She's very mysterious,
Uh-huh.
but her makeup is simple but bright.
What's her name?
Oh, what does it start with? What do you feel? What letter? Like Lorraine.
Margot.
Margot.
How
I like
about
that.
that?
And Margot's Southern.
How about, I don't know. I'm just thinking crap up. Oh, how about like Caroline? No?
I think Caroline's more of a summer character.
Okay.
But how do you feel about
we're
Lorraine?
trapped.
I'm going back to Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine. Oh, so good. Scarlett.
Ooh,
Scarlett.
Scarlett, and it's red. Boom.
All right, you're welcome.
right.
Have yourself a bourbon, strawberry basil bourbon smashing Scarlett.
With a wide brim hat.
Obviously. Okay.
Mhm.
Gonna muddle basil and strawberries. 2 strawberries, muddle. Then we're gonna mix in 2 ounces of bourbon of your choice, 3/4 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. Shake, shake, shake. Pour it over ice. Garnish with some basil and strawberry.
And put on a hat.
Put on a
Wear a wide brim hat.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can email us at cocktailcharacterspod@gmail.com.
Yes, or you can like, follow, subscribe, all of the above. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify. So please find us on all those platforms or whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, we'd love it. And special thanks to our production crew, our one-man show, Gabe.
Yes.
Keeping it together for us, Highland Forge Media.
Yes, he's amazing. This podcast would not have happened without him. The consistency, the level of production. It's all
Fantastic.
gotten better since they've been involved.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been wonderful.
Thank you so much.